Alright, well, I just wanted to do a little review of my water filtration system, and just been itching to get out. The water, or excuse me, the snow is starting to melt, and it's starting to turn nice out. So just wanted to do a little review before we get into the season on what I did for the past year for my water filtration. Let me get all my components out here. Okay, so this is generally what I carry with me when I'm going out in the woods. The only thing different here is I typically have 2 of these smart water bottles. Each of them holds a liter. I'll talk more about those in a second, but they're phenomenal. And secondly, I have a Sawyer squeeze filter, and I also include the inline adapters, which are sold separately for, I believe, $5. And I'll talk more about those in a second too. So with the Sawyer filter, we also get 3 water bags. I only carry 1 at a time. This is the 1 liter Sawyer squeeze bag. I also carry an old cut off platypus, which I'll talk about in a second. And lastly, I carry a 2 liter platypus, good to go platypus, and I'll talk about that in a second as well. Okay, so first of all, with the Sawyer filter, for those of you that are not familiar with the Sawyer squeeze, which is probably not too many of you, the Sawyer squeeze filter is a really great priced filter. I think you can get it for around $35, $40. It's guaranteed for 1 million gallons, or basically your lifetime. As long as you don't freeze it or abuse it too much, it works just fine. Never had an issue. And even though there's plenty of snow around me today, I can assure you that it's not going to freeze. It's about 45, almost 50 degrees out today. Okay, so a little bit about my system, what I do. First, I want to talk about my caveat with the Sawyer squeeze, and that comes to the bag. I'm happy to report that this year, 2013, Sawyer will be releasing a new bag. This, however, is the old bag. I haven't been able to get my hands on a new bag yet. I'm anxiously awaiting the release of those, though. I did have a 2 liter bag that I used that burst on me on the trail, which is part of the reason why I'm excited to show you the redundancy in this system. So I only have to carry 1 bag and not have to worry about it exploding or rupturing when I'm on the trail. So my issue with these bags, obviously, is the small opening on top. It makes it near impossible to fill unless you have some flowing water, and even then it's not ideal. So to fill my bag, first of all, what I do is I have my old platypus that I've cut, and I can use that as a water scoop. So I open this up like so, and then I'm able to just scoop out water out of a puddle, out of anything. Honestly, I've never had to do a puddle, but out of a lake, a slow-moving stream, whatever. I can scoop water out very easily and transfer it to my bag very easily. And so for the minimal weight this adds to my system, it is a real lifesaver. So then obviously the system, you would fill the bag, screw on the Sawyer water filter, making sure, and really you can only screw it on one way, but making sure that the flow is going the correct way. So from our dirty water in the bag, flowing outward to our clean water on this side. And this would be a good time to point out as well, I store the Sawyer with the inline adapters on them. And the reason that I store the filter this way is because the threads on the Sawyer are exposed normally then, and they're plastic. And I don't want to worry about, especially on the dirty water side, the threads getting chipped or cracked or dirty, and then having me screw something in there and ruining those threads, and then having dirty water seep out, excuse me, and then down into my clean water. So this is just a small protection against that by having these caps that cover the threads of the Sawyer. And they come in handy in just a second as well. So what I would do is I would take this off, I'd fill my dirty bag like I just showed you, screw my filter on, and one of the problems I had originally with the Sawyer was that the push cap that comes with the Sawyer normally, I don't even have it anymore, it goes on top, it does not fit into the smart water bottles, which I really like using, and I think a lot of other people enjoy using too, because they hold a liter of water, they're very lightweight yet durable, and they're easy to drink on because they've got the small top. Unfortunately, because of the small top, the Sawyer push cap or push top that comes with it doesn't fit on. It just kind of sits floppily and you can't really hold it. It's really a messy system. And so by putting the inline filter adapters that are sold separately onto the Sawyer, it fits in real snug and you can get a real safe water flow and not have to worry about your water tipping over. So that's the first benefit about having these while we're doing the filtration. So obviously, fill a liter of water in here, squeeze it through in here, we've got clean drinking water. The beauty of the system then comes though, if this bag ruptures, I can then just fill this with dirty water and the threads are the same, so then I can just screw my filter directly on to my water bottle and just drink straight from the water bottle, or squeeze it into my cooking pot and have clean water. So this is my fail-safe. It's my water bottle and it's my fail-safe for my filter as well. So that is a nice redundancy in the system. The other thing, because the threads are the same, the other thing that comes in handy, the back flushing syringe with the Sawyer filter is a really big problem for me. I think a lot of people don't like to carry it. It's big, it's bulky, and it doesn't work well. When you stick it into the top here and you squeeze, it's hard to get good pressure because it doesn't sit firmly in here and water comes out. It's not really a great system. But by taking this inline adapter, by taking this blue inline adapter and screwing that onto my water bottle, now I've got clean water in here, I've got the inline adapter. Inside the Sawyer, you can see here there's a tiny hole, and it just happens that this is the perfect fit to fit down snugly, you can see it fits snugly into that hole. I can just hold it in place, line that up, get this in that hole, and then squeeze really hard with my water bottle, which isn't gonna break, really hard, and it puts a nice pressure, a nice backflow onto the filter, cleaning it out. And I just do that every few days when I'm on the trail, and have had no issues with it. Runs really great. And so this system really allows for a lot of versatility. If my bag breaks, I have a backup. It's also a way to back flush my system with, I should say, minimal parts too. I've seen other people with various bags and doodads and knickknacks, and it gets to be a lot to carry and a lot to kind of manage and keep track of when you're on the trail. I like to keep things simple while still maintaining a lot of functionality, and so that's what I think I've done with this system. Here. Now this 2-liter platypus I simply just carry as an extra way to carry water. This is a 2-liter platypus, like I said, so I can fill this if I know I'm going to have a while before 2 water sources. I can fill this. I have 2 liters of water, excuse me. I can carry there. I have a liter of water that I can carry here, and before I go, I will filter and carry 2 of these, which are 2 liters. So in essence, I can have a capacity then right here to carry 5 liters of water at any given time. So I could drink my fill up, have 5 liters, and I know that I'm good for a really long time. So like I said, this packs up very small. I don't have the exact weight on this system right here as it is. I will measure that when I get home, and I'll annotate it into the video for you guys. But this simple couldn't be more, this system, excuse me, this system couldn't be any more simple. So we've got the filter, we store it, again, with the inline adapters, which are sold separately for $5. We store it with that on there. We've got our Sawyer bag with its top that we store in there. We've got our 2-liter platypus that I store in there, and our cut platypus that I store in there. And now I'm lazy a lot of times and I don't do this, but I also, if you notice, carry on here a little rubber band, and honestly I don't use it that often, but it's nice if I'm trying to save a little bit of pack room, because this stuff will tend to unroll and get a little unruly. But I can slip this on there with the rubber band that's provided, and it keeps it all contained for me. So then I just would stick everything in there, and that is my water system. So lightweight, very versatile, offers redundancy in case of an accident, and cheap. I think it's really a great system. I hope that this video helped a lot of you guys. And I should also say too that I don't depend on this solely as my only way of water when I'm out in the woods. I also carry water purification tablets, and obviously boiling is another option. So don't rely solely on one thing, but just so you know, I think this is the cheapest, most effective way to get water in the backcountry. And I really, like I said, hope that this video helped you guys, and I will talk to you guys later.